video today. So, I've been wanting to do a review on Roswell, New Mexico Season 2 when it came out. And it came out yesterday, but it came out on the CW app today. So I'm filming the review and, you know, what I usually do when I'm doing a review on the episodes I'm doing. And this is going to be my first video of me reviewing Roswell, New Mexico Season 2. So when the episode starts, we first see a flashback of Max and Liz in his house, in his bed, before a few hours of his death. And we see that Max tells Liz that Noah tells them that there's a lighting happening and that there are people that's gonna come for him. And of course, Liz and him talks about the grant she accepted, and that Liz told him that she doesn't want to leave him. So Max tells her that she owes him a road trip. So apparently we all know in that moment he is gonna follow her until he sacrificed his life to bring back Rosa. And yes, when we saw that Rosa was put into Noah's pod because Noah put her in there, of course we were wondering how did Noah get her and stuff, but he probably took her before her body fully burned with the two girls she was with in the car. So after that, we see back in the present where Liz is crying on Max's body, and Rosa comes back, and Rosa was like, how you look different? We need to call the police or something to get the ambulance to get Max to the hospital. But Liz tells Rosa no, they can't. It's too late already. Go back in the car, explain it. So after that, we see Isabel with a group of people in a church, and apparently we all find out that it was Noah's funeral that was happening, and she tries to put on a brave face and letting everyone know that she doesn't know the real reason why Noah died, but she did. But then she stopped at one moment in her eulogy, I think that's what it's called, and then she looks at a picture of her and Max. She turns around again and she talks about Noah, but apparently to Liz and Michael, she's talking about Max, how Max is her better half, who see her through her faults and stuff and still helps her out. And she was talking about her brother. And then we see a flashback of Isabel crying on Max's body, and she's trying to plead with Liz and Michael to help her put Max back in his pod to save him and to give her time. And then back again into the present at her and Noah's house. Her mom helps her try to cope and stuff. And then Michael comes in and talks to Isabel and Max's mom, and she only saves Michael, and then she leaves. And then Michael tells Isabel that she looked like she needed saving. They talk, and then after that, Michael leaves, and then out of nowhere, Kyle's mom comes to Isabel saying that she's sorry for the death of her husband. But then after that, she made Isabel feel like she was interrogating her, wondering what happened to Noah, what happened to Max, because they didn't eventually get along because Noah told her that. And then finally, her mom saved her from Sheriff Valenti. And then while they're talking, Isabel's against the wall, um, Liz sees Isabel against the wall, feeling out of it and stuff, and of course they're keeping up a scene, keeping up an act so that no one doesn't realize what actually happened to Max, and she's like, I'm sorry for your loss and stuff, and then she says, I feel sorry, she's like, I'm sorry, trying to get Isabel to know that they need to keep it up, and Isabel out of nowhere, like, put Liz on the spot in front of everyone in her house, saying that Max has been in love with her and stuff, and that no matter what, she's the reason why Max is not with her, because they're siblings, they're twin siblings, and with Michael and stuff, and then no small town is good for Liz, and that they broke up and stuff, that he had to run away, and of course Liz looks back at their mom and Sheriff Valenti, but in the midst of all that, Maria and Michael talk about why he's avoiding her and stuff, and then we see Liz outside going to her car, and Michael's like, hold up, Will, and stuff. They talk about how they need to tell Isabel the truth about everything, and then we see that Rosa is going back to the crash down and then she turns on the juice box, and then she hears the juice box staticking and stuff, and then she sees no one in her dreams, but she doesn't know who is it until later down the episode. And then Liz tries to wake her up. Took her like probably a few minutes to get Rosa back up. They talk, and Rosa tells Liz that they can stay a while longer for her to go to Max's funeral, and she didn't want to do that. And then she's like, is that my necklace and stuff? And then Liz takes it off, throws it behind Rosa, and then hugs her, and then Rosa's wondering why she's doing that. Liz explains that she never thought that she would have stupid fights with Rosa again, like how sisters are. They talk, and they talk about how they're gonna leave to Palo Alto. And then we also see that Liz is talking to her father, and then Maria came, and then we see that Isabel is calling like the morgue or something for an update on Noah's body being cremated and stuff, and then she hangs up. She gets like a headache, and she can see like Noah's contacting her. And then while on that, we see that Michael gets a gift from Alex. He goes to Alex's house talking about how he pulls him in and lets him go, and Michael tells Alex that they're not good for each other, that he wants to be good for someone in a relationship, and of course Alex explains other things with him, and then we see that Michael shows Isabel a healthy heart of Max, a picture of Max's healthy heart, and then shows her ultrasound, I think that's what you call him. So he shows her another picture now of his heart, that it's like not good anymore and whatnot, and that his heart had a massive heart attack after trying to like give Noah a lot of like attacks, or Noah giving him a lot of attacks, and him saving Rosa. And then we see Liz going to Kyle asking for a few favors, like an MRI and stuff, and she says not for me. And then she shows Kyle that Rosa's alive, and Kyle freaks out but still helps out. And he has a one-on-one talk with Rosa. Rosa admits that they're half siblings, and yes, in season 1, we find out that Kyle's dad did not have an affair with Rosa. He had an affair with Rosa's dad, with Rosa's mom, I mean, and finds out that Rosa is his half sister, and Kyle tells Rosa that Max healed all her like burns and stuff, and what the drugs did to her organs and whatnot. And eventually, Kyle mentions about the breakup, but then Rosa accidentally slips out that Max is dead because he saved her life and whatnot. And then there was one point in the episode where Kyle tells Liz that he's sorry that Max is dead and that he wishes he would have said thank you to Max for everything that he possibly did with Kyle in the midst. And then Liz finds out that the person that Rosa is having a nightmare of, which is Noah, and Noah talks about like the alighting, about Max in Rosa's nightmares. And when Rosa tells Liz who it is and stuff, Liz instantly thinks that the reason why the handprint that Max left on Rosa didn't leave for a few weeks is probably because she was still connected to Max, and that Max's brain is still like working and stuff, and wasn't shutting down because their connection and stuff. And they thought of doing like an heart transplant. So Alex and Kyle went to the morgue to get Noah's body, but then finds out that Alex's brother took him, but on the way like back to their motel or something, Rosa took the steering wheel away from Liz and make them hit Alex's brother, and they took the body, and of course they went to Michael's place asking Michael if they can help them move another body. Michael never thought he was going to do that again, and so he helps move Noah's body down to his like bunker, I guess what you could call his laboratory or something. And Kyle was like, never in my dreams would I would have thought I would see this. And of course they talk like scientists thinking about how they thought that whatever Michael's working was synthetic but probably would be organic. And of course when they open Noah's chest, you see like green luminescent or something that usually aliens have in their body and not humans. And they find out that half of Noah's heart is like not working. And of course Liz explains to Rosa that when she died, her mind was put on like rejuvenating lives or something like that. So she explained that she's gonna try to bring back Noah's heart back and see if it can help with Max. And then eventually we see it's about back into the cave of the mines where the pods are at, where Max is at, and she talks to Max saying that she could still feel Noah under her skin and stuff, and then she had an instant thought about how's that happening. She goes to the tech that Michael fixed, and where how you do like when women's pregnant, but they're gonna find out they're pregnant, and they have that machine where whatever you call it. I'm not really like informed or good at remembering things, because even though I watch Grey's Anatomy and whatnot. So she gets like what you call it, the remote or whatever you call it. She rubs it against her stomach, and she sees like a little like dot or circle or something. Usually that's how babies look like when you hear the heartbeat and stuff. I'm not really informed on this or good at knowing this. And she sees it, and she's shocked that she's probably pregnant with Noah's baby. That's probably why she's still connected to him, because she's pregnant, and eventually she's probably gonna tell Michael and the rest about it, or she's probably not until she's ready. And then Rosa has another um, nightmare, and she finds out. Then she's in the gazebo where she's like fiddling with her name because it was on the wall or the pill or whatever you call it. And she's asking Noah, why does he want her? He was about to like kill her or something until Max came out of nowhere and struck lightning on him. And of course, she's like, Rosa's like, you're not real. Max says that he is. And Max tries to get tells Rosa that Liz can't bring him back to life, and that it's up to her to stop her. And of course, in that moment, I was thinking, why he doesn't want Liz to bring him back alive? So my initial thought is probably because if he was brought back to life, their people will come to Earth and try to get him back, to bring him back, and possibly Nora might be alive. I don't know. So that's just my theory. It's probably not gonna be the right theory when we actually find out the real reason why in the next couple episodes. But yeah, so honestly, I watched the original Roswell. It was really amazing stuff, and Roswell, New Mexico is still awesome. It's my favorite of all time since the Charlie reboot came out, but we're not talking about that. So this episode is really like, it like brought like some like feelings on some parts of the episode. Like first it was sad, happy and then sad, and then sort of out of place and stuff, and confusing, and then like questioning, and then a really good thing to learn about. So it was really like, but overall the episode was a good episode. Can't wait for episode 2 to come out next week, because we need to know what happens next after we hear that Max does not want Liz to bring him back alive, and hopefully find out why Max doesn't want that, and the reason behind it, and why does Rosa keeps having nightmares with no one in it. We're gonna see why she has that, and then we're gonna see more on how more on Isabel and the newfound curious pregnancy she found out about, just having that single thought of her thinking that she's probably pregnant. That's why. So we're probably going to see that in the next episode, or whatever episode they decide for Isabel to talk about it and whatnot. So I hope you guys loved this video, because it was fun and amazing for me to film it. I've been waiting to film a review on this since we found out that Roswell, New Mexico was getting renewed for another season. So I hope you guys loved the video. There's still more to come. You just have to wait the day after the episodes come out of the reviews I'm doing on. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell to always be notified, because weekly videos are coming. And yes, my little person cave that I mentioned in the other review is still coming. I'm gonna refix my little cave and then record and then film it for you, edit it, and then upload it. So I'll probably mention it in the next video or so. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.